Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mr. 008 here, and today I have for you episode number 5 of my BTD6 tower testing series. So in today's video we are going to talk about the tier 3 tack shooters and which one is best for certain situations. So we are going to go into sandbox mode and test things real quick. So I am going to be testing these tack shooters against certain rounds as well as just in general. So we will start with a test of their raw popping power. So I'm going to test right here with 300, 030, and 003 to start. So what we are going to do is send out 100 of the test balloons to start things off, and then we will try and do some other tests as well. So as soon as these balloons are done passing by, we will check the pop counts of these tack shooters. So 310 pops for the Hotshots, 583 for the blade shooter, and 272 for the tack sprayer. Okay, so blade shooter seems like the best, and that may be partly because of its range. So, but the other thing to take into account is the fact that blade shooters are better just in general as far as Pierce is concerned. So, let's do some more tests right here. So, I'm going to start with Hotshots, and I will be cross-pathing these tack shooters for the tests. Keep in mind, all monkey knowledge is enabled for these tests because I have it all unlocked. So results may vary for certain towers if you do not have all monkey knowledge unlocked. So we will be testing, let's go with round 27 to start. I did not mean to pause there. So let's see, 302 tack sprayer, and we will see how we do right here. So I do have the more tacks cross path, so each tack only has one pierce. Keep note of that. So we lose 8 lives there with the Hotshots. Now let's go with, didn't mean to get 4th tier. Let's go with the blade shooter now against round 27 as well. And each of these tier 3 tack shooters has its own set of strengths and weaknesses, so make sure to take note of that, because it's not as clear cut as one tack shooter is outright better than the others, and yeah, so just make sure to take note of that. So the blade shooter takes care of round 27 entirely, and no balloons leak. So now let's test the tack sprayer. It's looking good so far, but one red balloon does leak through. So blade shooter won that round, tack sprayer second, Hotshots third. And now I will show you a situation in which Hotshots is better, and that is round 28, because we have to deal with lead balloons. But you cannot pop lead balloons with any other tier 3 tack shooter. So make sure to take note of that. Also, the only tack shooter along the other paths that can pop leads is the Super Maelstrom. No other tack shooters other than the middle path Super Maelstrom and the 3rd through 5th tiers along the top path can pop leads. So if you're going up against lead balloons, make sure you get Hotshots, or you can get an Alchemist right here with acidic mixture dip to alleviate your problems with lead balloons. And you can further upgrade it to get more pierce and damage, in which case using the extra pierce for the middle, or rather extra pierce for the top or bottom path tack shooters would help you out, or utilizing the extra damage with the middle path since it already has a lot of pierce. So now let's test against, let's say, round 35 will do. So round 35 right here, we will test against white balloons, and then there will be rainbows, and then some pink balloons and black balloons. So far, we do have some balloons getting through, including a rainbow that has not been popped into any of its children. So we got nearly 900 pops, 898 there. So now let's go ahead and try the blade shooter against the same round. Now the blade shooter is better against grouped balloons because it has more pierce. However, it only deals 1 damage per projectile and only has 8 of them, although it does shoot pretty quickly. So blade shooter does not have any issues with round 35. Now let's try the tack sprayer right here. So 898 for the Hotshots. Now the tack sprayer is letting some of the children from the white balloons get by, so make sure to take note of that. And that did not happen with the Hotshots. So 867, so tack sprayer is last in this round, and the Hotshots is second. However, the blade shooter is still first place in that round. So now let's test against a Moab, because Moabs are larger and you have to deal more damage to pop them. However, projectiles with a lot of pierce do not really help you with popping Moabs unless there are a lot of them to take care of at the same time. So here's round 40, and we will see how many pops we get with each of these tack shooters. So let's reset our life count right there. 96 damage, nearly halfway to popping it with the Hotshots. Now let's try with the blade shooter. I'm expecting the blade shooter to place last in this round because it's not good at Moab popping power. Only 36, not even 20% of the Moab's health. Although the Moab has less than 200 health in this instance because we do have monkey knowledge turned on. So let's try the tack shooter along the bottom path, the tack sprayer now. I expect this to do decently well, but not all that well. So 83. So second place for the tack sprayer, third for the blade shooter, first for the Hotshots in that round. So now let's try against let's do round 47, but I'm going to get a village here because we need camo detection. I'm not going to apply any other buffs though. So 302 against round 47, and we will see how we do there. So the ceramics are getting by, like a lot of the children, the balloons that they spawn when popped are getting by. So only 596 pops there for the tack sprayer. So let's try the blade shooter, which is letting even more of the ceramics, at least, to leak through. So let's check here. 435, that is low compared to the nearly 600 pops from the tack shooter along the top path, the Hotshots. So now let's try the tack sprayer. Looking similar, maybe a little bit weaker compared to the top path. Yes, so second place for the tack sprayer, first for the Hotshots, and third for the blade shooter again. Now let's try against some grouped ceramics. Let's try round 55, and this will be our final test of the video. I'm going to sell the village because we do not need camo detection for round 55, so let's test out the Hotshots right here against round 55 first. So a lot of the ceramics are getting by, and there's the Moab, which is the specialty of the Hotshots and the tack sprayer, whereas the blade shooter is not good against Moabs. But there were grouped ceramics right beforehand, So 436, that's pretty low if you ask me. So let's get the middle path now and see how we do. So it's not doing well against the ceramics, at least so far, but it may get extra pops there because of its high pierce. But it's still looking like it will not get at least 400 pops, so the Hotshots all in all did better against round 55 than the Blade Shooter. Blade Shooter only got 341. So now let's try against the Tack Sprayer, round 55. So the Tack Sprayer, for those of you who did not know, it's not listed in its description. It not only gets the increased projectile count going from 12 to 16 tacks per shot, but it also gets a slightly faster fire rate. So that is something to take note of with the Tack Sprayer. 368, so second place for the Tack Sprayer again, third for the Blade Shooter, and first for the Hotshots on round 55. So that's going to be the final test of this video. So long story short, to recap, the Hotshots is best when used against lead bloons as well as against bigger bloons like Moabs. The Blade Shooter is best when used against big clumps of grouped bloons, and it does well when it gets to utilize its high pierce like that. And the Tack Sprayer is sort of like, it's decent against grouped bloons, but it's not all that good. And it's if you want to use a Tack Sprayer against group bloons, then the super range would help, because that also gives the projectiles +1 pierce. However, the Blade Shooter is still best against the grouped bloons, because it has like 5 or 6 pierce per blade, not just 1 or 2. So overall, Tack Sprayer is okay all around, and it's fine against bigger bloons like Moabs as well. Hotshots is best against big bloons like Moabs, as well as decent against ceramics, not all that great, and it pops leads. And the Blade Shooter is best against big clumps of grouped bloons. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video, you guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Maybe next time we'll test out the tier 4 Tack Shooters against various rounds. So I hope you've all enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more interesting content. And a boss balloon run against Vortex will be coming out shortly in the event that just ended. I was going to do Elite Vortex as well, but unfortunately I did not get time to record that. But in the future I will show off some runs against the Elite bosses as well. Not only Vortex, but the other 2 as well. So once again, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you all again in the next video. Peace out.